Good morning, good evening, good night. How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys are doing okay. Today we are talking about USOI. USOI is Xlink's crude oil shares covered call ETN. And I know there's not too many videos on ETNs, and so I wanted to make one to kind of clear up all the misconceptions around them, or at least some of them that might be going through your brain. Today we're going to go through USOI, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the difference between ETFs and ETNs. I hope I can clear up some confusion there. I do not want to search that. But before we get into that, what I do want to show you guys is we are now up to 7 subscribers, plus 5 subscribers in the last 28 days, more like in the past 2 days. Just want to show you our recent videos. So we got up to 48 views on our video about Clip, a 54% dividend and paying stock, so please go check that out. And we got 21 views on our most recent video, which was a 61% monthly dividend paying stock. You guys better go check that out if you guys want to see it. But enough with that, let's get into it. So what is Credit Suisse and what is USOI? So USOI is an exchange traded note issued by Credit Suisse, and I just want to highlight this little part here, and I want to show you their dividend yield and everything like that. So for each ETN, the current annualized yield equals the sum of the 3 most recent monthly coupons, meaning the 3 most recent dividends. And as you can see, these are the 3 most recent. We got points. So we got 86 cents, we got $1.95, and then we got $1.60. That is relatively low if you look at the track record of USOI's paying dividend. At a certain point, you'll see here it's like 10 cents, 6 cents, 6 cents, whatever it is, very tiny. They did do not a stock split, a reverse stock split, where they actually increased the value of their stock, and you could see it's right about here when their dividend all of a sudden comes out as $2. They went from a $5 stock to a roughly $80 stock. It's dropped a little bit in price. As you can see, it's up to $73 right now. But I just want to show you that going off their past 3 dividends, they're paying a dividend yield of about 31%, which is pretty solid, comes up out to about $23.37 per year. But now I want to teach you a little bit about the difference between an exchange traded fund and exchange traded note. If you guys are watching this video, you already know what an ETF is. An ETF is basically a basket of funds or stocks. For example, it's diversified, and it kind of gives you a little bit less risk in the sense that you won't lose, you can always lose money, but for example, the underlying fund won't go under unless the underlying stocks go under, because you are investing directly in stocks. But ETNs, pardon me there, ETNs are an investment in debt similar to a bond. And what this means is that the bank, the issuing bank, which is Credit Suisse up here, they don't really own anything on their ETNs. So they don't really own a stock, for example, like Apple. They track an underlying index, which I'm actually going to pull up something here because I want to show you guys. NASDAQ, they follow USO. So USOI follows, I'm not sure what this is. If this is what is this? It's the United States Oil Fund. I'm not sure if it's an ETF or what it is, but they follow this oil fund, which is USO, and it tracks it for the most part. If I'm going to go out and zoom out on the 5-year chart, and I'll go to this chart here. If I could find it, I cannot find it. Okay, but that is all right. But USO is the underlying asset, and then USOI kind of tracks it, and it's a covered call ETN, obviously. So USOI doesn't really own anything, going back to this point. And the reason why there's more debt, not more debt, but more risk with ETNs rather than with ETFs is because in ETNs, you are relying on the underlying asset, which is here. So I'm just going to read this. So just like a bond, an ETN can be held to maturity or bought and sold at will if the underlying writer, usually the bank, so the bank being Credit Suisse for USOI, were to go bankrupt, the investor risks losing the entire investment. And that is the difference between ETFs and ETNs. ETFs, you're buying physical stocks. ETNs, you're relying on the underlying asset, which is Credit Suisse. And so if Credit Suisse was to go under, then USOI would become worthless. But do I think that's going to happen? It could happen. I've seen Silicon Valley Bank went under. I'm not sure about Credit Suisse itself. I think they're in a pretty tight position. Like, they're okay. They should be okay. But, you know, I just wanted to bring that to your attention just in case. Here's a list of the coupons. Let's just go through here. Does it say anything on here? No, these are just the dates. We don't want that. We want the coupon history. This is where it's at. So as you can see, it paid from 2017 all the way up to 2023. And these amounts are like relatively high. They're not completely done with 2023, obviously, and that's why it's still at $8, relatively low. But yeah, you know what? This is their history. Tell it doesn't really look too good, but they are paying some fat dividends, so that could play into it. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little overview of what USOI was and what ETNs were. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Let's get up past 7 subscribers today. That would be amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Take care.